in the diaspora will sit on the conversation to discuss the issues in the news. It's all things considered. The conversation that is digging deep. All Things Considered is revised to bring you analysis of current political developments.
I don't think those institutions with tenure should be removed.
If 2023 is presidential and general elections, I would recommend that all 10 positions be focused now should be for extension.
Join LNTV as we dissect the issues and unravel the events that are making news across Liberia and the world. Our correspondents.
This morning, the Minister of Internal Affairs is visiting the family of African donor.
Political.
Let us continue in this direction for an upward growth and deeper concretization of our democracy.
Business. Traditional and religious leaders from across the country and Liberians in the diaspora will sit on the conversation to discuss the issues in the news. It's all things considered. A conversation that is digging deep. Another pleasant welcome to All Things Considered on LNTV, the Liberian National Television, this evening. This is the year that has February with 28 days, and today is the 28th of February, and it doesn't have a 29th day. For those of you who were born on the 29th of February, you don't have a birthday, but you can put your birthday today to be in the February group. My name is Isaac Redd. I'd like to say a pleasant welcome to All Things Considered here. If you're watching us by social media, we like to say morning if you're in Asia, or good afternoon in the USA. Those of you in Africa or in Liberia would like to say a pleasant good evening. This is the late evening show that brings everybody on board. It brings every Liberian on board. We talk any issue here on All Things Considered. Tonight we will bring an opposition figure, Mulbah Yorgbor Jr. He will be talking. He's a Liberian businessman. Although he's in the opposition community, we'll be talking about the business atmosphere as an opposition person, entrepreneur operating. Is he being harassed in his business? Is he having some difficulties? Does it look like an opposition business or a business for Liberian people? We'll talk other issues about other social issues. Liberians putting dirt in the garbage, people driving on the opposite lane. What are things he sees as not good for society and are going on by people in the society? And Mulbah is free to make his comment here. He is expected any moment from now in our live studios. But let's bring you quick some training issues. Everybody knows that the government of Liberia and other human rights groups have condemned the attack on the home of the former Chief Justice, Madam Gloria Musu-Scott, in Brewerville. It has been condemned, even though a Liberian tried to twist it and make it look political, that it was an assassination attempt. The police is investigating, but a Liberian in the USA have accused nearly every Liberian here of trying to make death for Madam Scott. He accused a gentleman called Valley Tale, and Valley Tale works with the Monrovia City Corporation. In fact, Councillor Jerome Vodia in the USA said Valley had absconded the country. He fled the country. He wanted to kill Madam Musu Scout, and he didn't succeed, and he left the country. On yesterday, Valley called a press conference, and I'm in the country. I don't know why I'm being accused, and this is not the first time, though, that Councillor Jerome Vodia will point accusing finger. He accuses people working with the government of going after opposition figure, alternative voices. Well, people will use this situation to score political points, and that has been the trending issue in the news. The gentlemen have said my hands are clean. I'm here. I didn't even run away. I heard it in the loose talk where people were talking at the Atai Center, and I heard my name. I was shocked. Well, the police is on top of this, and the police has been asked to go to the bottom of the issue. The police should investigate this because sometimes, especially election year, it brings fear. So the police is on top of that. The police director or inspector general was at the Liberian Senate today and answering some questions. So the lawmakers are concerned, you are concerned, we are concerned, everybody's concerned, because an insecurity for one Liberian is an insecurity for every Liberian. So this should claim the attention of every Liberian. So the government is on top of this situation. It's quite embarrassing that a citizen will be attacked. The police is trying to investigate to know the motives, whether it's a family feud, whether it's a criminal attempt, whether it's a political attempt. The police is investigating, and everybody hopes that the police comes out quickly with findings so that, one thing I know in Liberia, most times too for political reason, when deaths occurred, people try to shift it on the government, especially when it is the election year. We also saw last year the gruesome murder or the death of the lady Princess Cooper in the EAWA belt, and very quickly on the social media, fingers were pointed at the government until investigation was done and autopsy performed, and then everybody got to know exactly what killed Princess Cooper. So one thing I do believe that nothing goes, hitting the truth crushed to the ground shall one day rise. So those persons who executed or perpetrated the crime of taking the life of Madam Gloria Scott's daughter, even attempted on the life of the former Chief Justice, wherever they are, whoever they are, they will be brought to light, because this was evil, and the government is doing everything possible to invite people to answer some questions. We don't have all the police findings. The police is very careful with the investigation, so now everything is up in the air. Madam Gloria Scott spoke to the press briefly and said that the person who perpetrated the attempt was amongst the people who were doing construction work at the house, and she has not given any other statement. But again, people, which is almost normal, people will want to take this and put a spin on it, political spin on it, and twist it and try to make the government look bad. We're not ready for calls yet. We're not ready for calls on the show, so I'm sorry. Let me silence the phone. In fact, until we're ready for calls, you will be asked to call in on the show. But this is all things considered. I said to you that our guest is on his way, and shortly we will start with our guest. This is LNTV. Welcome to the show, if you just join us. So we're talking about for alleged repeated unprovoked attacks on his character, Jefferson Koji pursues lawsuit against Councillor Vordier. Criminals faking my name. Former Minister of State Nathaniel McGill is in the press. He raised some alarm that people are using his name to carry out criminal practices. For arrest of perpetrators in ex-Chief Justice case, police announces $5,000 ransom. The police said anybody who has any information about the attempt on the Chief Justice's life and the death of her daughter, come up and say it, give us some clue, give us some information, we'll give you $5,000. The police did this before, the government of Liberia did this before, and they had to find out the people who killed John Topman sometimes about a year ago. So the police is saying, if you have any information about those persons who conceived the idea or executed the plan on the life of former Chief Justice Gloria Scott and killed her daughter gruesomely, please let the police know. And they will protect you, but they will give you $5,000 for the information. Don't forget to go and register to vote. The voter registration process starts on the 20th of March and it ends on May 11. That's just phase 1 of the voter registration. Phase 2 will be from April 21 to 11th of May. And that's a two-phase registration, a voter registration for 2023 elections. Again, welcome to the show. Thanks to those persons behind the camera. My name is Isaac Redd. When I come back here, we have Mulbah Yorgbor, our guest in the studios. Please stay tuned. All Things Considered is revised to bring you analysis of current political developments.
I don't think those institutions with tenure should be removed.
In 2023, in presidential and general elections, I will recommend on all 10 positions we focus now should be for extension.
Join LNTV as we dissect the issues and unravel the events that are making news across Liberia and the world. Our correspondents.
This morning, the Minister of Internal Affairs is visiting the family of African donor.
Political.
Let us continue in this direction for an upward growth and deeper concretization of our democracy.
Business. Traditional and religious leaders from across the country and Liberians in the diaspora will sit on the conversation to discuss the issues in the news. It's All Things Considered, a conversation that is digging deep. The little dial screen there, we'll try to focus the camera and get Mulbah on better than this. And so I'd like to say a pleasant welcome to Mulbah Yorgbor. Yorgbor, that's a Pele name.
No, it's Loma, please.
Loma Pele.
it's Loma, 100%.
Yorgbor, what's the meaning of Yorgbor?
Both parents, actually, Yorgbor, I was told is Kisi.
Oh, okay.
I was told it's Kisi, and it is the name of a very sweet soup in the Kisi.
Yorgbor.
The Kisi, that Yorgbor.
So, and your both parents are Loma.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I would thought you came from the Bolu and Salaye belt.
No,
it doesn't matter.
I'm from Zozo district. Zozo and Fojama district.
Oh, that's
my
good.
My father
so,
is from Zozo, my mother is
Levazu. I try to speak some Loma. All right, so we have Mulbah here. Thanks for coming.
It's a pleasure to be here.
And you're an entrepreneur, a Liberian, young Liberian businessman. I would not want to be too quick to say successful Liberian businessman, striving for success.
Yeah, absolutely.
How's the business environment?
It could be better, but as it is right now, I'm thriving. My business is thriving, and I think that is largely tied to the effort that I personally apply, that I exert to ensure that I remain afloat. I've seen a lot of businesses collapse. Even businesses in the land that I operate, I've seen a lot of them collapse. And I'm not going to say entirely it's due to their management, but some of them could be tied to the economic situation of our country.
But why you strive and other people will flop because of the economic situation?
Well, there are bottom lines, right? There are areas where there could be general growth, right? But then there are areas where you have to go the extra mile, and that's why I think I factor in at this point. But I believe if the climate were really good enough, even with little effort, you will do more.
So the business
but I believe it's always,
the business climate isn't good?
Well,
I'm sure you don't want to be political.
On a note, I would let it be realistic more than political.
Okay.
And if I'm being realistic, I would tell you that there's more that needs to be done to ensure that there is a very vibrant domestic economy where goods and services are readily delivered, where goods leave the shelf as they're restocked, you know, where taxes are paid to grow revenue, and that only comes as a result of sales, you know. So, I mean, it's a whole circle. If you don't get to sell, you don't get to pay a tax. You don't get to pay your employees. You don't get to pay taxes such as real estate tax. You don't pay business income tax. You don't pay taxes for properties such as rental income. You know, so everything is tied to.
But you're tax compliant?
Absolutely, I have my tax clearance. My very valid business registration. My case is very peculiar because I'm into politics, so I have to be sure that my opponent can use that against me. So I'm always very
into
current.
Politics. You are a member of the CPP.
Yes, absolutely.
And with
specifically the Alternative National Congress, which is a member party.
The ANC.
Of the absolutely.
and you still have an organized CPP?
Absolutely, we have, and Isaac Cummings is the standard bearer of the CPP. And
What's your official role?
Okay, so I have a role with the standard bearer's office. All right, I'm the deputy chief of staff for outreach and strategic engagement. So whenever you see Mr. Cummings out in the street, in districts, in communities, before he goes there, I go and do background work. I go and meet the people who are hosting him. I go and see what is required to ensure that his attendance there is well ordered, is well organized, structured, and the desired outcomes are achieved. So I'm the man behind the scene. Mostly you won't see me. In my former role as director of communications, which you're aware of, I was always on the camera, I was always on the radio, that sort of thing. Right? But now I'm doing more strategy.
I follow you coming up in politics, not
not
necessarily in school, but in the May 2000, you were active with the CDC.
Yeah, actually, I'm a founding member of the CDC.
Founding member?
Yeah, I am. As a matter of fact, when in the CDC, you never had courage being in the CDC.
No, you don't have to be personal with that.
No, I'm being factual.
Okay.
I'm personal. I'm calling names that were not in the CDC when I was in the CDC.
Okay.
So
it makes you a founding member?
There's a statement of absolutely. In fact, we didn't start with CDC, and I don't plan to turn our interaction into a CDC interaction, right? But they don't start at CDC, right? When Jason Saki comes here, he'll confirm what I just told you. So yeah, I do have a history with the CDC from its formative stages. So I do.
After the CDC, you went to the...
No, I have not joined
ANC.
the party. Yeah, yes, from CDC, I went to the ANC.
To the ANC.
Yeah, I supported Mr. Bokka's bid in 2011. Sorry, in 2017. Yes, and then in 2019, I joined the ANC officially.
Let me get a general picture of the ANC. The last election was the first election the ANC contested?
Yes, that was the first. Only after being on the scene for 18 months, if I may
On
add.
the scene for 18 months, so that means it came around 2016.
Yeah, 2016.
2016.
Right? The earlier part of 2016 leading into 2017, then October 2017.
That was the first time.
That was the first time.
And what was the
ANC
rating?
featured
What was the
Kennedy.
rating in the elections?
ANC finished fifth. ANC came third in almost 5 different counties. And ANC came third in Maserati, by the way.
Third in Maserati.
Yeah, do the math.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So ANC is showing in 2005, in 2017, only after being around for 18 months, getting over 100,000 for 120,000 for, I thought that was a good showing for a party that was dubbed in as a new party.
As a new party.
Absolutely. I thought that was a good
7%?
showing. It was around 7%, yeah.
What have you put into place to change the narrative, to undo the 7% and hit to digit so that you make some mark in the 2023 elections?
So the fact that our candidate, Mr. Cummings, is tipped to be president is the strongest contender for the presidency. It tells you that we are no longer the underdog in this process. Now, I'm not going to lie that we don't have a lot to do. We have a lot to do more than President Weah, I'll be honest. As a matter of fact, we have even a lot more to do than Mr. Mulbah K. Because these names have been around for a very long time.
That should mean that they are ahead of you. So you have a lot to do to catch up.
I agree.
Okay.
The last showing will show that they're ahead.
Okay.
All right? Only liars will come and say that, that's not their fair position. But what I can tell you is we have done a lot, and a lot more will be done in the coming months to give the Liberian people the right message that resonates with them, so that they see the ANC as the alternative to true leadership of this country. So we know that if others are running, we have to, if they are walking, we have to run. If they are running, we have to fly.
You have to fly.
We know that.
I like that. If they're walking, you need to run. If they're running, you need to fly.
So we know
I
that
like
the challenges are
Mulbah
numbers,
is
and we'll keep working on
is our studio guest, and this is just to tell you that this is a program, and the station is open for every Liberian. We're not looking at ruling or opposition party. We talk to every Liberian here. People come and discuss the issue and not personality. So he consented to come and talk to on the national television to the Liberian people who are watching in the counties. We will call the numbers shortly, and you'll be a part of the conversation as usual. And the number will also be on the screen so that you will listen to Mulbah Yorgbor from the ANC, a Liberian businessman or a political actor, and he's saying that, look, if Mr. Pueka or Dr. Weah are walking, they have to run. If they are running, ANC will have to fly. And I like people who are being objective to say, look, we got a lot to do to catch up. how structured are you across the county? If we are to say, CDC will always say, I will mention CDC because the ruling party. Most of is our stronghold. We have the MPP who has is rooted across the countryside and have structure. So what would the ANC say? Where are you?
The ANC, the ANC is the most structured opposition political party now. Fact.
Most structured opposition.
The most structured opposition political party now.
Okay.
Right? And I like that you're re-emphasizing that. So let me rephrase that. The ANC is the most structured party now. In 2022, the latter part around, say, October, our national vice chairman for operations, Hodge, we sent him across the 15 counties to set up the entire structure of these counties. So no county you're going right now and there is not an ANC structure. No county. That is a fact. You can go and verify that. The ANC is very, very structured. So when it comes to organization, when it comes to orderliness, the ANC ensures that our presence is failing. I know this for a fact because I was opportune to have toured the Western Cluster, sometimes with Lawrence Bashu, Martin Kola, and Edo Jala.
Lawrence, you mean?
Lawrence Bashu is our national vice chair for inter-party affairs. No, not Lawrence Bashu. Ulysses Bashu. Sorry. Ulysses and the other colleagues and myself, we went to the Western Cluster as Bomi, Cape Mount, and Bapulu. We went in these counties, and only ANC we could see with party offices, with chairpersons who are resident of the counties, and all of the other structures of the party, the Women Congress, the Youth Congress, they all are properly structured in these very counties. If you went to Mangibi County, right now, Matthew Gongre is our chairperson. If you went to Nimba County, Say Lakwa is our chairman in Mulbah K. You want to bunk him?
It's obvious. It's obvious that you have.
No, I'm not telling you how structured we are. We're all over the place. We're all very well structured. So in the coming months, the Standard Bureau has said it between March and April, we'll be naming our running mates. When that is
between
done,
March and April.
yes, that's next month, and
The next 60 days.
Yeah, our running mate will be named. So once that happens, you will see a fully robust campaign being
So
rolled out
let's
across
get the pig out of the bag. Who are the shortlisted persons who could be named as running mate?
At this point, I'm not liberty to give you names, but every name is on the table. And the Standard Bureau has given clearly the qualities he want in his running mate or his will be running mate.
I bet you're looking in Lofa or
One of the
counties.
criteria is we want someone from a vote rich. It's politics. You can't play around that. We want someone from a vote rich county. He said it down himself.
Lofa or Nima.
Right? Vote rich counties.
Bon County.
Could be Maserati County. Right? We also.
Standard Bureau is from Maryland.
Absolutely. So you already know that. The person also has to be charismatic. Mr. Cummings doesn't shy away from the fact that he's an introvert.
But he's not charismatic.
Right? He's charismatic but an introvert. Right? So he wants someone, Cummings wants someone to compliment him. So he's an introvert, so he wants an extrovert. You know? I mean, it's not
Are you not sure the person will overshadow him?
Well, the issue of Cummings' competence is no longer the issue of debate.
No, I didn't. I'm not
No,
qualified.
you will not overshadow someone who has zero confidence.
Okay.
All right, Cummings knows exactly what he's doing. Whoever is coming on board knows that they're coming to compliment.
But the introverts are like that.
To be an introvert doesn't mean you don't have control or handle over what you're doing. You're just quieter.
Okay.
You could have loud more people here. They don't know what you're doing. They're just loud. You know. But
I don't remember you answering my question about Lofa says before from the statistics. The United Party, they're going green. I didn't hear you say which county are you.
Okay, so the reason I neglect to call any county with respect to the stronghold argument is because that further deepens the whole sectional argument.
Oh.
It deepens it. We don't treat Liberia as anybody's stronghold. Any county as anybody's stronghold. We treat the generality of the country as a country that needs help.
You're looking for
Isaac,
vice president from a vote-rich county.
Yes, because we want to add a number. No, election numbers.
But now you're not sectional.
No, that is numbers.
Okay.
When I say rich, I'm tying that to number.
Okay.
It is a scientific fact that there are more people in Mulbah County than there are in Mangibi County. You can't debate that.
So your vice president will come from Nima?
it's also a scientific fact that there are more people from Lofa County than there are from Bombay County. Are you going to ask me where it's coming from Lofa too? Because you're not going to do that. My point is, we cannot treat the country as though we're trying to divide the country at the same time giving leadership to the country. People need to understand
So
that.
you're not claiming anywhere to be a strong.
No, we are claiming the entire country.
Liberia is a strong.
Absolutely. We believe that. I'll just give me another minute.
Go ahead.
We believe that the same way people are hungry in Bombay County, that's the same way they are hungry in Bapolo. The same way they are hungry in River G County, in Riverside County. So whoever comes with a message of change for this country should appeal to the Liberian people in the generality. You cannot appeal to a certain segment of our population thinking that it works for your political ploy. You cannot go that route. So we think that if we must truly change this country, we have to treat the country in its generality. Treat Liberia as a unit that needs to be redeemed. And Liberia does need redemption.
You mentioned that Justin Abera has confided, I don't know whether it's public, but you were in the office, that between March and April.
No, it was public.
He would name his
No,
vice.
that was public.
All right.
Yeah, that was public. When he had an interview with SKTV, he made that very public.
So
if I was in that same interview, he sort of listed in no particular order the qualities that he wanted in his running mate.
So nobody now will expect.
And he said he preferred a female. Let me just say that for the record.
All right, so, and everybody wants a female there.
You know, he said he preferred a female, but equally qualified male.
Let me take you to the other school of thought that conversations are ongoing. He may not do that again in March or April, and he will become the running mate to Joseph Boyka.
Well, I cannot confirm or deny such conversation, but I can tell you for a fact we're on the path to unleashing a full-scale campaign for the presidency in October 2023.
LNTV, Liberia's television. If you're watching us on the countryside, we say welcome to the program. The numbers are on the screen, I'm sure. I can't see from here, but I bet we have got the numbers on the screen so that you call us and have a part to play in the conversation. Mulbah Yorgbor is a Liberia business entrepreneur, and he is the Deputy Chief of Staff in the office of Alexander Benedict Cummings, who is running to be president of Liberia on October 10, 2023. We'll allow you to call in. How much are you guys doing with voter registration?
So about a week ago, we started printing some flyers on voter registration awareness.
I saw some of the flyers and you put it on the vote.
No, we don't, if you show me one right now, I resign my office.
I bet I had an oversight there.
Yes, you did. I promise you did. So I, in fact, sent a design for that flyer for a Liberian business.
There's nothing on it for a vote?
No, none. If you show me now, I resign my office.
You don't have to resign?
Yes, if you say vote for Cummings, I resign my office.
All right.
Yes, because we can't do that. We play by the rules. These flyers that were printed said, go and register to vote. Let your voice be heard. Don't let anybody decide for you. Yes. The only thing we have there is a picture of Cummings, right? Encouraging Liberians to turn out to register to vote. There's no such thing as vote for Mr. Cummings on that flyer. I promise you that.
All right. So we are at the halfway mark of the show. The numbers on the screen already. Please be a part of the conversation. Here we take everybody. We take all the comments. Just do it respectfully and bring your points. The Liberian people are there to decide who to vote for 2023 October 10. And we will begin taking your calls. The social media too. Comments are coming from the social media. Let me go here and see who's this person and what input you want to make on the show. Hello?
Hello, how are you, sir?
Yes, sir. You're watching LNTV.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Speak a little louder.
Bonnie from Maryland County.
Good to have you from Maryland. Which part of Harper, Plebo?
No, Harper City.
Okay, good to have you. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks to the studio guest there, you know. But first of all, I would want to recommend something from you. I beg you, we always watching in the TV volume is always low. So sometimes they will make the volume too louder and we can still get your video there. So please.
I agree with you. We've been getting that concern. We'll try to address it, the volume. Go ahead and make your point.
Okay, my point is, my point with the studio guest there, what we say, it is true. Majority of the aspiring, they always looking at the popular counties there. And the popular counties there, what they always focus on, like I can notice. Since then, you always notice that the president always doing things for Lofa County, Nimba County, but in Maryland County, it's very hard for them to really come down and do things for all here. And you know, from the last time I called, I complained on things being expensive here and not them doing things for all here.
So the government should adjust the prices in Maryland.
Yeah?
You're concerned about, is it things that prices are high, right?
Yeah, things are higher, but besides that, they are not focusing us here. That's my point. They are not focusing us here.
All right.
And when voting time reach, I say we can give our vote, and without voting, they have said they can qualify.
All right, thank you. Let me hear. All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
All right.
Our first caller from Harper City, Maryland County, is talking about the disadvantage of this county with the smaller numbers. Hope you can call us, have a conversation that involves you, the listeners, you, the viewers, Mulbah and LNTV here. So please call us on the phone. Let's talk about Liberia. So, are you sure Mr. Cummings this time around going to win the elections? Do you remember that question? The answer right after here. Hello?
Yeah. Liberia. Hello?
Go ahead.
Yeah. I want to ask Mr. Isaac Redd, what are some of the work that he has done in District 8?
All right, thank you. Let's go to the next caller. Hello?
Yeah.
Lower the TV. What's the name and where you call from?
Joseph Robert from 8th Street, Singer.
All right, good. Go ahead.
I want to ask, what are some of the work that he has done in our district?
I bet you're watching the wrong show. We're not having District 8 conversation here. You might be watching the wrong television. We're not talking about District 8. Nobody running here. Somebody say Isaac Redd District 8. Lower the TV. Probably somebody watching something else.
Yeah,
you look like somebody who contesting District 8.
Clearly not. But may I just address the caller from Maryland?
Yeah.
I think one of the key factors that will affect prices in fact in which country will be access to market. You know, so if we had the roads open that connect these counties, you'll see that trade will be very seamless.
But the roads are being opened though.
Country. They are being open, but I think we need to do a lot more on roads.
On getting the roads open.
To connect the counties. A lot more needs to be done on that front.
All right, thank you. The roads. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, how you doing?
Go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Michelle Johnson. I'll call from community.
From where? Lower the TV.
12 Hills community.
12 houses. Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to ask our state guest, Mr. Mulbah K. Yorgbor. I want to know what apology or what structure the ANC is putting in place to win the presidential election this coming 2023.
What new thing you're doing that you didn't do before that you think you're going to win?
So right now, we are expanding the table for more people to come in, right? In 2017, it was just the ANC. Even the CDC could not win election in 2017 until they formed coalition with two other parties. So that's a game changer for 2017, right? So more and more people are coming to join our
More
ranks.
and more people and more parties?
More and more parties are coming. So
What are the parties joining you?
now, we already have the Liberty Party, you know, and we're in very advanced conversations with the Liberian People's Party. I'm not sure that's a party, but the PLP, is that PLP? The Cassell Party? PLP.
The Liberation.
Yes, even some parties in the Rimpo Coalition. We're having this conversation with advanced conversations. So between now and May, June, you'll see a lot of things will change. Isaac.
One thing I want to mark Mr. Cummings for, he said, look, we can't do the same thing over and over and get a different result.
Sure. So
then why are you bringing Daniel Chia, Louis Brown, and Tucker McIntosh Gateway when they are all of the same order?
So Cummings does not believe that angels are coming to develop Liberia. He doesn't believe that.
But those are the same old people who are being recycling.
Cummings believes that leadership has been a real issue in this country. And not the followers. They have not been the issue. It's the leadership. Currently in Liberia here, if Mr. Weah wants this country to proper function, he just have to put your hands together. Everything will change in this country. Mr. Cummings as president, if the devil comes to work with Mr. Cummings and these are the rules and the devil doesn't follow, the devil is going to leave.
But the scars are already there on the wall.
On who? On Mr. Cummings?
On the people you say, look, we're going to change. We don't
We
wanna work with the same old order.
don't believe that people...
So every bro, you say, look, we almost putting a new wine in old bottles.
I understand analogy. You don't have to be very simplistic. I understand. These people are still a very vital component. Look, you have Prince Johnson running around with Mr. Weah. You have Mr. Bernard.
Mr. Weah didn't say it was a problem with Prince Johnson.
But Mr. Cummings has never had a problem with the people he just named. He's never said that.
The analogy
no,
is,
it is you. No.
I'm not going to work with the same
No. That's not Cummings' idea. Cummings' idea, what he says that from time to time is our governance model, our leadership model for this country has to change.
And we will not do the same thing over and over again.
That is, you cannot keep stealing as a president and expect that your people will not steal. So to do something differently as president is to not steal.
Hello?
So be more, be more generic.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, you're live.
Hello?
You are live on the show, sir.
Yeah, I'm doing Flomo in a call from UK and in my country.
Good to have you from Mount Nimba. Make your point.
Yes, sir. Actually, let me commend the team, the studio girls in studio, for the level of consideration, taking into consideration the issues that have to do with voter recounting. Most often, from what we have observed in past time, when you take your vice or your running mate from the voter recounting, you find they are only focusing in terms of development, only focus on the voter recounting, and you find out counties that have less population are not being focused on. And that mindset we need to erase it. And I think Mr. Cummings and his team
I agree.
are focusing in similar direction.
I agree.
That's my point.
Yeah.
All right, thank you from Yukipa. Let's go to the next person here. Hello?
Yes, hello? Hello?
Go ahead.
Joseph Fred from District Number 8.
Go ahead, Joseph.
Yes. I want to know some of the work that Mulbah K is doing. That in say when Joseph walk off.
Well, he keeps calling about this issue. Hello? Good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
Fine.
Okay. Hello?
You are live, sir. Go ahead. Your name and where you making your call from. Where you viewing from? Your line is cracking. Your line isn't good. Making another attempt. So you came up very emphatic that you got some work to do.
I agree, yeah.
And then you say your party is concentrating on the vote-rich area.
No, I just said concentrate.
You said you're looking for your vice president.
No, I said.
You're looking for your vice president from vote-rich county.
No, I said that could be a factor to be
That could be
considered.
a factor. Hello?
Similarly, when I say a female candidate will be strongly considered, so I name all these as factors. I said someone to be
Some of the
charismatic.
callers now are saying you're overlooking other counties.
No, that's not possible. My candidate is not even from a vote-rich county, so I
Hello?
cannot look at some other counties.
Good evening. Too bad. Yeah. You might want to change your location. You're breaking.
From Habel.
Good to have you from Habel.
Hello?
Good to have you from Habel. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm a bit confused. I want to ask the guest of studio there. I want to know if Kumi is running as a vice president to Bwaka or he's on his own. Which one? I'm a bit confused.
What's your name?
I'm John Reed from Habel.
Good to have you. All right.
Okay, John, Cummings is running on his own as a presidential candidate in October 2023, October 10. Mr. Cummings will be on the ballot for president. He is not running as a running mate to Mr. Bwaka. So what you're hearing out in the streets or on the radio is just mere propaganda.
By whom?
By elements in the CDC and in the Unity
Why are you putting
Party.
CDC in that?
Right? They are painting a picture.
Why are you putting CDC
They are
in
painting
there?
a picture because they are a player in the process.
Okay.
I said you're suggesting that they're
So
not
you
going to be playing.
suspect that? Yeah.
No, it's a factual statement.
The CDC
they are
is-
stealing it. Now let me
CDC
tell
is
you
the
why
one-
I think why I know. Now I think.
Yeah,
Let me
why
tell you
CDC
why
wanna
I
do
know,
that?
Right. Right now, as I speak to you, there has been no offer made to Mr. Cummings to run as vice presidential candidate to Mr. Mulbah K. Zero offer. None has been made.
But it's the other way around.
So
It's the other way around.
Mr. Cummings has asked Mr. Mulbah K to back off and support him. That has happened.
That's official?
I am saying that now. It's happened.
That Mr.
Even
Cummings
now-
has
even now-
asked Mr. Mulbah K leave the race, or not,
When-
don't leave the race as president, as vice president. Leave the race as president, but come to me as vice president.
Support me for president.
When
It
did you
happened.
say that to him?
Look, it's happening even when the CPP still had the other two parties.
When did
even
Mr.
now,
Cummings-
I am telling you now that this conversation has been happening. Look, the CPP had a three-phase process to select its candidate. They had the consensus stage, they had the voter perception survey, and then the convention stage. Unfortunately, we did not come to until the collapse happened. So around the consensus stage, these conversations were happening.
So Mr. Cummings has not been asked to run
No,
as
he has-
vice
no, he's
president,
not been
but he
asked.
has asked Mr. Mulbah K
You have to get out and support him.
as vice
Yeah, and we're still
run-
saying now.
You still saying that?
Yeah, we're still saying. I'm
What has Mr.
should-
Mulbah K said?
Of course not. He's still doing a presidential campaign.
So you give up?
No, we're still engaging. We're still keep engaging. We believe that the dynamics will shift and Mr. Cummings will be seen as the only
How much have
candidate.
you offered to Mr. Mulbah K to leave the race?
We will never offer a dime to Mr. Mulbah K. We believe
But
that
he's been spending
it's-
his
it's a-
money and trying to be president. So if you say get off the race,
Yeah, they let him make that offer. And he see, well, I will
how
accept
much
it
do
or
you
not.
have
But
to
I
give?
know we cannot
How
give.
much do you have to give?
We're not giving $1 for that.
You-
In fact, we want him to bring his effort to the table to change this George Weah government.
Or to change the president, to change this government,
Yes.
is that Mr. Mulbah K should run as vice president?
No, you're saying that. I didn't say that.
Because you said
To
an offer
get
was
out of the
made.
race.
He should be out of the race completely.
Yes.
Even
And I'm saying that now.
get out of the race.
Yes.
Not even to be vice president to Cummings.
Get out of the race, support Mr. Cummings, go on a campaign trail with him, and then you just have a single slate. You have Weah and Cummings. A very easy choice for Liberian people.
And now how you think you're going to beat President
No,
Weah?
I mean, that would be the easiest way to beat him.
But
a
if
lot easier way.
Mulbah K ran, you ran, it's get difficult.
No, it will be a difficult race. I can tell you that for a fact. And in fact, right now, I have some colleagues who are political pundits. They are suggesting that Mr. Weah may not even be in a runoff election.
That means you're going to do a one round?
No, we're going to have...
Or it will be Cummings and Mulbah K.
Yes, that's a very strong possibility.
It's politics.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to rule any possibility right now. Anything will happen.
But Cummings will come
Because
first.
the analysis,
Cummings will come first.
it doesn't matter who comes first,
Mulbah
but
K
that,
comes second,
it doesn't matter who comes
and-
first,
and-
but that Mr. Weah will finish there. Now, there's the reliance for
Let
this.
me hear from this caller.
There's a
please.
reliance
I'll come
for,
to you,
there's a
sir.
reliance for this.
Mulbah.
I'll give you the reliance.
Yeah, okay.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah, John? Joseph?
Okay. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Joseph Telegram calling from the GS Europea.
Let me hear you.
I'm Joseph Telegram calling from the GS Europea.
Go ahead.
Okay, I want to commend you for having Mr. Yorgbor as your studio guest this evening. And again, I want to say that the issue of what Mr. Yorgbor just addressed about the broad problem is the broad problem is not personality, it's having the right leader. And having what he just said, having old wine in a new bottle is not the issue.
Agreed.
It's not the issue. The issue is once you have the right leader, the right will be done. And then having a county that you call a stronghold. Whenever you have a county you call stronghold, there where that will be not coming about. Because you feel that you get more votes from there, and the other country you get less votes. So you feel that the country where the less vote came from, you will not take them as a priority.
Okay.
That is wrong.
All right. We heard your point, Joseph from Garyeazon Road. Let me go to the social media and get a few comments from people who are watching in the diaspora or watching from the social media. Let me go to, I can get the social media comments here. I could have it on the screen, that would be good. I can read from here on that screen. So this is All right, thank you. LNTV here. Mulbah said that Mr. Cummings has asked Mr. Boyka to back off the race and support him, and then that will be the way President Weah will be defeated.
No, that's not the only way.
Hello?
That will be one of the ways.
One of the ways.
Yes.
All right. Hello? We lost that caller. Hope we can have the social media to read the comments of those persons who are watching us via social media.
No, but I think I'll have Joseph
those of you,
I'll he addressed the concern that I raised. If I add more value to it, you know, and he was right. Leadership is what is lacking. It doesn't matter who, you know, is on board. Once you provide the proper leadership, they will fall in line.
Okay.
Yeah, they will fall in line.
LNTV, the Liberian television here. If you're watching us by way of Canon Plus or SACOM, or you're watching us on multi-TV or the terrestrial means, we'll be glad to hear your comment on the show this evening. Let me go and take a few comments from the social media. I wish I had. Oh my God. I hope I had the. We'll be glad to hear your comment on the show. Oh, sorry. Here it says, I'm watching you from Soul Clinic. Thanks for the show. Thanks to the studio guests. Let me go to the phone. Having some technical problem here. Hello? Just lower your TV, please.
Hello?
Yeah, man, please lower the TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm calling from Mother.
All right.
My name is Nando.
You calling from Maryland Center?
Yes.
Go ahead.
I want to ask the guest in studio. As he said, come here and then will we the citizen, will we allow men and that to rule us?
He said against it what?
I want to ask you. The statement he said about Kumi that the life Kumi living is a life. We the citizen of Liberia, we can't allow men and that to rule us. And then I want to let you know that this country is not a farmland. When they go to USA, they make money, they enjoy their life, then they come and say they want to rule us. So if you get money, then you do something else with it.
All right, Mama, thank you for making your point. But I gotta let him talk. If somebody supporting you,
she misrepresented what I said. I did not say that.
Yeah, you can clarify.
I need to clarify that.
But this
tell her straight. Tell her. I know you didn't say that here.
I said that. That you didn't.
No, you were not very equivocal.
Wow. LNTV here. This is the Liberian television. We're having some difficulties here. I don't know why, but we needed to get to the social media to bring the comments or the questions or whatever coming from the social media screen. Hello? Hello? Oh, I don't know why.
You know, good phone.
Say that? I don't have a good phone. All right. Good evening and welcome to the show. If you're watching us, just say where you're watching us from. We'll be glad to take your calls and get your comments. Hello? Hello? You're talking to Morocco, bro? You're making noise in the conversation. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm calling from Mr. Canada.
From where?
Mr. Canada.
All right, go ahead. What's your name?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Alpha. I want to support CDC party in 2023.
Oh, you want CDC?
Yeah, I want CDC back.
Okay, time will come, we'll go to that. Right now we're talking to the CPP mayor from Isaac Cummings. Hello? Yeah, go ahead, 40.
Yeah?
Go ahead.
No, I'm just watching you. How you doing?
Now, watching you been here. You want to make a point?
No, I just want to say that's why let me show the number going through. That's why.
Oh, the number going through. Roosevelt, when he is watching from where? He said for real. I don't know what he meant. For real, watching from Pipeline. Gongelu Guno, Sarah Smite Jackson. Please call the number on the screen. 086517882 is the number. I'm watching you from Sokadi Takadi. Which country is that? Twin City in Ghana. All right. Thank you. Well, we can call Emmanuel Mayor, watching from Sokondi Takodi, the Twin City in Ghana. A strong leader influences his people. Followers do what the leaders stand for. That's kind of supporting you. Daniel Coleman Mato II. Henry Yango, following you from my end here in Australia on this beautiful Wednesday morning. Yes, it's Tuesday here, Wednesday already in Australia. Thanks for such a program. We hope we will continue. Yes, LNTV is here for every Liberian, and today we're hearing from this gentleman who comes from the CPP. CPP has been in battles. CPP has been having a lot of internal fight. Have you settled some of those?
So with the CDC, I heard there was issues about signing the new framework document.
Hello? Hello? I need to cut the internet off here. Hello? Hello? LNTV will might be leaving very soon on the show, so we'd like to hear from you. You better say what you can say now, or you hold it forever. And this is LNTV. Hello? Hello? You're calling, you're not saying a word, and we've already checked on your phone, but you're not saying anything to us on the show. Mulbah Yorgbor from the CPP is in the studios at the national television. Hello?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, please go ahead.
I'm Abraham Kamal, Bolivar, Santa Cruz, Lima County.
How you watching LNTV there?
It's clear.
How you watching it? What you using to watch the TV?
Yeah, the TV is very clear. I'm enjoying it.
How you using it? From what decoder? Multi-TV, soccer, or?
Oh, multi-TV.
Go ahead and make your point.
Yeah, we don't see we know no even president of COVID is a job we are. So that's thing I'm not talking to you, Mr. Comey. We know we George Manor we will know. Thank you.
Hello, hold on, don't go. Hello?
Yeah, hello.
You talking for yourself or you talking for Sunny Gule?
I'm talking about the whole Sunny Gule.
You talking for Sunny Gule or you talking about Nima?
Sunny Gule that I know where I live.
And Sunny Gule is for George Weah.
George Manor we are. Nobody should come here. We know nobody.
No, don't say nobody should come in la bro. Everybody don't do that. The post should come too. You say you put it for them and you're business, but don't say they shouldn't come.
When they come, they'll stop at the checkpoint.
They ought to make a traffic. All right. My man, the message don't go there. Hello?
Yeah, I don't think how you find that funny. That's not funny.
Yeah, I didn't find it funny.
You laugh about it.
I'm telling you shouldn't do that. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm James calling from Canada.
Who do I have you?
Yeah, I've been monitoring your show on Multi TV.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then listen to the guest in studio that he said that Kumi will not be running as a run mate to Boca. What I want to say is that if Kumi make a mistake to not go as a running mate to Boca, I can assure you will be defeated.
Great.
That's your point you made? What's your name again?
I'm James Curry from Canada.
So you want Kumi to go with Boca so that they can win? If you go by himself? Oh, all right. All right, thank you,
Isaac
James.
Garyeazon, so if Mr. Cummings does not go, so Boca will win or will be retained? You should ask him that.
All right. That's a good one, except that he didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't want. Hello?
Yeah. Cynthia calling from Banos Bay.
Good to have you, Cynthia.
I see. Yeah, I want to talk to the studio guest.
Go ahead, he's listening.
Can we put Mayor Mr. Cummings in power wherever the school I have you, even people children even go there.
Where is school at? What place is school at?
What you want to go? We just saw for more.
All right, Mama. Bye-bye. Where does he have a school?
There's a STEM school that's into Port Royal.
STEM school?
STEM, STEM.
Oh, okay.
There's science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
It's for rich people children?
No, it's not for rich people children.
But why she say that?
I don't know.
Hello, Ma.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
How you doing?
I'm good, huh? Go ahead. Oh my God.
Isaac, let me speak to the high school issue.
Please.
You see, the reason why people would say this school is for rich people children and this for poor people children is because government has consistently neglected to build very strong and resilient private institutions.
Private government build private institution?
No, I mean a public institution, sorry. Right? So as a result of that, you see the disparity between public institutions and private institutions. But if the government were building schools as equipped as the one that is standard, you wouldn't have to worry about which school your child goes to, because if they went to a private school, they'll get the same education as they would if they went to a public school.
So that confirms the latest statement.
No, what it does is the standards that are in a private school, of course, they are not in public schools.
Okay.
So Mr.
And the fees are high.
Mr. Cummings is higher than the public schools, right? So Mr. Cummings' government will ensure that the public schools are properly equipped so that you have
nobody can easily see the
there'll be
or have a thin line.
Absolutely, yeah. So if you want your child to this private school, it's just a personal choice, but it's not because of the quality that's coming out of the public school.
Let me hear you. Where are you calling from? Your name and where you come from?
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
Go ahead. Your name and where you're viewing from. Oh my God, I think it delays. So they're hearing themselves and then they think they're not on. LNTV here, we have Mulbah Yorgbor. Mulbah, your entertainment center balls a lot.
Yeah, I think we're doing a great job. We've improved significantly on security. The service delivery is very excellent.
So let me let you know that Mulbah Yorgbor runs.
Our products are very cool.
He runs a big business. No advertisement. He didn't pay for this. His appearance he didn't pay either. But we'd like to. It's part of contributing to the peace.
Yes, and job creation too. If you stress that, I have 37 employees.
37 persons.
Yes, directly employed. I'm not talking about those smaller businesses that are tied to the business. Okay. All right, you have motorcyclists who come there, over 100 of them every other night, who make a living from there. So I
take
think
people to and fro.
To and fro. So I think we're doing a great job.
At Renaissance Triple Road, so there's another way of contributing to the peace of the country. So he's helping the government to maintain the peace. Hello? Good evening. Why are you not hearing us? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, you're loud.
Hello?
Go ahead.
Yeah, can you get me?
Very well. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm hearing you. Go ahead. So we want to probably call it a day, but let's try to put it in a nutshell or summarize our conversation on the rules that have been going on. The government improving infrastructure, the economy remains a little stable, the rate, because you put in business. How much will you say the government has done with roads and the economy?
Well, I think they're doing a terrible job.
With the roads?
I think so. I mean, the RI road is a classical example.
A terrible job?
Look, have you traveled? Which do you live? Well, okay, maybe you don't want to announce your residence on the radio here, on the TV. But if we were to apply the Tinker Village route from EWA to Tinker Village, right, you will see that the manner in which our road project is ongoing is very dangerous. And it's lingered for over 2 years now, like that. I should have started a property development somewhere along that route, and my agent told me clearly don't start, because that road is not going to finish in the next 5 years.
To be in opposition means you shouldn't be objective?
No, I am objective, but I'm also being factual.
So right? When you say terrible, it scares me.
No, I need to see real substantive road projects that have been initiated by this government, funding raised by this government.
But the IRA road is funding raised by the government.
See how it is right now. And we're in 6 years of this leadership.
The Johnsonville Road is
right in 6 years of leadership.
Johnsonville
and we're talking 6 years, just so you know. We're not talking 3 months.
It could be an issue of concern, the length, but when you say it's terrible...
No. Deliverables are always start with timelines. You don't do project management and you don't discuss timelines.
You agree that the government is funding it. So if the money comes, the government moves. If the money
but the government has to look for the money. But they have zero credential in raising money. How many foreign direct investment we have in Liberia since we have become president? At best, companies are folded out. They have scaled down, lay off employees. Look.
So that was causing the road a bit terrible in your war?
No, what I'm telling you is the handling of the country, right, is a spiral. It affects other ancillary sectors. So you have market women who actually go to the market. Look, I experienced this for yesterday, I believe. I happen to have plowed the road around 6.
We don't have time, so yeah.
I happen to have plowed the road around 6 in the morning. In 2015, 16, and 17, 6 in the morning, the road already packed. Isaac, I was on the road by 6 in the morning. Nobody was on the road. No taxi driver on the road to pick up anybody.
Well, let me appreciate
you. So you see that nobody rushing to go anywhere.
To be from the opposition, some of the opposition people say when we call them, they don't come because they say the government station or the government TV. But you
Isaac, I told you, right? When you are walking, we're running. When you're running, we fly.
You have managed
to
come.
So every opportunity that I have to speak about a Cummings presidency, I will say
Let me thank you for coming. I remember you said you've asked Mr. Boyka to leave the race because he wouldn't win.
And we're still encouraging him. I'm not saying he wouldn't win, right?
To leave the race.
Yeah, that he would leave the race and create a perfect opportunity.
But you can be in the race and he wins because you think you will win.
No, I mean, at this point, look, Mr. Cummings even said it last time, he will be happy to have a Mulbah K Cummings runoff. At that point, the Liberians will at least be
so you're afraid of
No, we're not afraid. No, we're not afraid. What I'm hopeful for is that
you and Boyka should be there.
No, what we are hopeful
you beat Boyka.
No, what we are hopeful for is that Mr. Weah should not be in the equation.
He shouldn't be in the runoff.
In the equation of the leadership.
But I thought you were going for one round.
No, you missed it. Look, we're not kidding ourselves here, right? Mr. Weah at his height of popularity, he's never exceeded more than 38%. In fact, when he got 38, he was not even running. He went on the Senate barrel.
Okay, see this.
Right?
There was what's the
talking about? Yeah, when he was the Senate barrel, he got 28%. So at his best, he's now getting 40%.
So you're asking Mr. Boyka to leave the race because you have money and you think the money will make you win.
I said that you're spinning. That is your spinning.
No, I'm asking you.
But they said that.
Because everybody said Boyka doesn't have money.
Then everybody can answer to that.
Politics is money.
Everybody can answer that. No, it's a combination of everything.
I see the CPP cars around.
It is a combination.
I don't see.
So do we see the CDC cars as well? But the point is, we believe we have a more robust plan to change this country, to give real and genuine change.
Then Mr. Weah.
Absolutely. He's doing
Boyka.
We believe that we have the more robust plan.
Boyka.
Yes.
All right. Thank you for coming, Mulbah.
Thank you.
We should always come so we exchange these.
We can always. And I hope the next time I come in is going to be hardcore politics.
Hardcore politics.
Yes.
All right, thank you, viewers.
Hopefully by
those
then
of
you
you
will
who
extend
call, we appreciate you for calling in and participating on the show. Those of you who didn't go through, we ask you to listen again. We have a repeat of this on Thursday. Next week, like he's mentioned, we have hardcore politics here on the show. Thank you for viewing. Double Harris and Abraham Taylor were at the controls. Thanks to Richmond Gay and Emmanuel George and those who produced the program. Television director and department. Thanks to everybody. Good night. All Things Considered is revised to bring you analysis of current political developments.
I don't think those institutions with tenure should be removed.
In 2023, is presidential and general elections, I would recommend that all 10 positions be focused now should be for extension.
Join LNTV as we dissect the issues and unravel the events that are making news across Liberia and the world. Our correspondents.
This morning, the Minister of Interior Affairs is visiting the family of African donor.
Political.
Let us continue in this direction for an upward growth and deeper concretization of our democracy.
Business. Traditional and religious leaders from across the country and Liberians in the diaspora will sit on the conversation to discuss the issues in the news. It's All Things Considered, a conversation that is digging deep